Well, shalom. Sorry if this sounds a little bit low, but wear your phones or just do the best you can with the sound. Apologies if it's not, very, very loud. Just due to the time of night. It is after midnight. Sometimes I make these videos. So how are you all doing? I watched a video yesterday about iGoat 3. And as we know, that these are plans that the Illuminati like to put into cartoons, or they like to put into playing cards. This one in particular, spoke about 9/11, the first one. And this one in particular is speaking about the one world religion, which I thought was very, very interesting. Especially when the Ark of the Covenant has actually been found over the past, 30 to 40 years by a man called Ron Wyatt. One needs to pray. When a brother from Chicago sent me the information back in about almost 20 years ago, I watched all the videos. Ron, he sent me what was called the Scriptures by Moshe Yosef Kaznowski. The brother was very, very helpful. The brother was very on fire for the Lord. He sent me stuff that was worth hundreds of dollars because I had a little MSN group and I was sharing the prophecies and testimonies that the Lord had shown me at that time. That's all I had to share at that time, just an MSN group. There's no YouTube. And I studied Ron Wyatt's stuff. It took me about a year to kind of work out that this is in fact real. I pray there was an awful lot happening in my life at that time. And we're commanded in Romans 3:31 to establish God's commandments. I can't see one of the greatest events, or certainly one of the greatest archaeological finds possibly in history, arguably in history. Happened during the 1980s in Jerusalem by Ron Wyatt. And he found the blood of Jesus Christ on the Ark of the Covenant. I realise that most of my subscribers will already know about this, already, hold this in high esteem, high regard, share it with friends, done flyers about it. So what I found very interesting is that the Antichrist, or let's just call him the false prophet, shall we? When he comes on the scene, he's going to venerate that other false prophet from the Middle East, which will just kind of in the future, I reckon that there'll be certain buzzwords that we can't really mention and stuff, can't really speak against the prophet and his blah, 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 But anyhow, it's in the near future. And according to this iGoat, they discover the Ark of the Covenant. Of course, it's not the real one. It's a fake one. And inside it's talking about Muhammad and all that he's the real messenger of God and what have you. So this is going to be used to bring the Jews, the Muslims and the Christians together in this one world religion, which of course the Vatican has been heading for since the 1980s as well. So all this has been happening. When the Lord does something, when the Lord uncovers something, Satan usually 100 times out of 100 usually will do a counterfeit of what the Lord has done just to confuse people. Because if people haven't studied this subject properly and prayed about it, this is going to be a huge deception. Already the stakes of deception are going up year upon year. Some Christians know that this is the start of the 7-year, tribulation, all of that stuff. But a lot of Christians haven't worked that out yet. But even I think normal people know there's something afoot. There's something not quite right, because the world has never been shut down over a flu. So basically, I think this year obviously is going to be a testing year for us all. But over and above that, the plans that they have to bring this false prophet out, and who's going to venerate that other false prophet from the Middle East, and try and bring all the religions together, and they're going to try and just there's many replicas of the Ark of the Covenant. The so-called Cabal or the Illuminati have many different copies, many different copies of the Ark that they've done over the centuries, actually. And so it's something I found extremely interesting. There's a lot of things in there that were very interesting, such as the fact that the pyramids might be used for something. In other words, the actual functionality of the pyramids, the Giza pyramids, might actually start to be evident. Certainly maybe when a man of sin comes along, or the false prophet, who might have some technology, bring technology that can bring these, they're not tombs, but basically they're used for communication, and they're also used to produce electricity, used for quite a few things. But, these things are going to be evident when the Antichrist comes, and, possibly he may even set up his little house in there. Apparently what I Got 3 kind of is looking like. Obviously we know there's going to be a temple built in Jerusalem. It'd be interesting to see the shape of that, what that will be like. Will that be a pyramid? Who knows? But I just thought just to give a heads up about this, and just sharing it again in my groups. And I thought that that this is obviously a deception that you can really help prepare other people for, because when it comes, it's just going to really, they're just going to treat it as, oh, this is the truth. This is something that's going to change everyone's life. This is something that just proves, that in fact, the Bible was speaking about Muhammad all along, and all of that stuff, and just try and deceive as many people as possible to join that certain religion, which honours moon goddesses, and I believe a moon god as well, who's mentioned rather regularly around these parts, probably where you stay as well. So it's one of the fastest growing religions in the world. And it seems as if Satan obviously is going to use this as the vehicle to bring in the one world religion. And the one world government will come through, obviously, conflict, which we're watching just now happening, take place between the East and the West. And I'll just give a heads up on this, and leave a link below to a video that Scariest movie ever, I think it's KJ actually did, had a few guests on, and very, very good insight into that particular I Got video. So I'll leave the link below. So God bless you guys. Shalom.